Hi guys, welcome to our WOD for Sunday the 21st of Feb. So we've got a fairly straightforward all bodyweight movements here for 10 rounds, so some fairly high volume in total that you're looking at as we work through this. Okay, so a nice combination of bodyweight exercises to work a little bit of everything. So 10 rounds for time, got 10 press-ups, 15 squats, so just air squats in there, 20 sit-ups, and then 25 double unders or skipping, like single unders, or if you go through a couple of variations you can work in there if you haven't got a rope or space for some skipping. Okay, so nice little combination, get some good volume in on some just fundamental bodyweight movements. We just want you to focus on primarily moving really well through this. And then pushing the pace if you want to, okay? So you can, try and move fast and keep your rests short, so move from one exercise straight to the other and keep that intensity fairly high. Okay, you might be breaking down on things like press-ups and the sit-ups in the volume that they are there, just splitting reps up a little bit. Some of you might be able to keep them unbroken for a lot of rounds, if not all of the rounds. So if that's you, when you want an intense workout, you can really attack this. You can also move through this and just, not time it. Just focus on movement quality. Break your reps up as you need to and get some, it's a really productive workout where you can strip the intensity back a little bit. Rest as you need to and just get some quality volume in on those movements, which will work really nicely as well. Okay. So yeah, 10 rounds for time, press-ups, squats, sit-ups and double unders, okay? So demo your movements and some scaling options, but usual stuff in there for these, which we'll go through in a second, and then just a little warm-up to get your body prepped and ready that you can work through in here. Okay, so we've got 30 seconds of skipping. So where we've got skipping in this warm-up, you can play around with different variations just depending on what you're planning on doing with the workout. So I'd recommend just building, if you're doing double unders, we've got 3 lots of skipping in there. You can just build through some progressions from single skips for the first bit, maybe some alternating legs on the second part, and then into some double unders on the third part of skipping. Okay, if you're just going with single unders, you can do that for all of them. If you haven't got a rope, we can sub in for your warm-up some star jumps or some jumps on and off a raised step or platform if you've got that. So I'll demo them in a sec, a few options for your skipping. Okay, so 30 seconds of skipping into 10 lunges and then just some walk out into cobra, okay, just to get that upper body working and get a bit of mobility through the upper body. And then we'll repeat similar format, so 30 seconds skipping, 10 sit-ups, and then some more walkouts this time into groiner stretch at the bottom of each walkout. Okay, and then another 30 seconds of skipping, 10 squats, and then a final 3 walkouts into your press-ups. Okay, and if you just move through that, that'll get your body moving nicely, take you through each of your WOD exercises within there just to get you prepped, and then you should be able to move straight into it. Okay, good stuff. So yeah, just a quick demo and a few options for movements just based on what your body is comfortable with and what equipment you've got. Okay, so for the press-ups, as I mentioned there, we were looking at real quality movement. Okay, so thinking every rep, even on your 10th round when you're really fatigued, we still ideally want those reps to look the same range of movement, same quality, so start and finish position. Should look the same. All the way down, drive, squeeze your abs as you're driving up and maintain that body line. Okay. Usual options there for press-ups, you can work off a raised platform like a chair or a sofa. Just go up an incline, that'll make them a bit easier. 100 reps in total, so fair bit of volume to work through. Or you can work from your knees for your press-ups in there. 15 air squats. Okay, so just real big focus as you're working through those. Set up nice and solid every time. Make sure we're opening the hips at the top. So always going from straight legs, engage through the midline. Nice range and driving back up. Okay, so feet planted, down, drive up. And by all means move fast through those, but just avoid those lazy squats, hunching forward, or like finishing sort of here. Okay, so get that real quality in there. Okay, 20 sit-ups. So again, big volume in there. We want to see that full range of movement, keeping them feet planted. Okay, you can play around with your foot position, but during the reps, try and avoid them sliding around or coming up and down. Okay, you can anchor your feet if you want, so you can sort of put them under a sofa or just have a bit of a weight in there to sort of squeeze into and pull against. Okay, if you find your sit-ups pretty challenging, 200 reps in there, anchoring your feet is a good way of just assisting them a little bit. Okay, and then for your double unders or skipping, then obviously if you've got a rope, yeah, you can get in there and try and keep them nice and consistent. That's like your one exercise that's probably going to really get your heart rate up in there. Okay, so just make sure if you're going singles, keep that nice rhythm, try and keep it consistent. Same if you're doing double unders, light on your feet, get that rope turning nice and smooth. You know, take a little break if you need it and go back into them, but try and keep your reps nice and solid, not jumping around all over the place. Okay, if you haven't got a rope, okay, so some options. You can go with some star jumps in there, so you're starting in 25 reps. Okay, our advanced star jump, which is a bit more like a double under, is like an out and in the air, so rather than jumping out and back in for a rep, we're going to go out and in. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you'll have to jump higher. Okay, going to move a bit quicker, get your heart rate up a bit more. Or if you've got like first step of a flight of stairs, maybe something a little bit lower, doesn't need to be too high of a jump there. Ideally something you can sort of just bounce up and down on. You can work through those in there for 25 reps. Let's work as some good subs. Okay, so enjoy that one, some quality movements in there, just solid focus on some beautiful movement. Okay, cheers guys.